Okay. All right, so we are recording and I just want to say welcome and thank you guys for joining in. Cassie, do you want to say anything?
Thank you. And what you caught me off guard. I'm still looking for my view.
I did. That's okay. So, Tasha, I'll say, yeah, I'm gonna say it right. So Cassie is another director, she's a director friend of mine, and we are teaming up. We've been together actually. Cassie and Donna and I roomed together at conference last year in Chicago. So,
Good time had by all.
It
yes,
was so fun.
yes, it was. And kind of, it didn't have a very good ending for me, but that's okay. Or Donna, because she came
Yeah,
home with
Donna was
COVID.
hobbling, not feeling well.
Yeah,
Went
but
home, got cancer. That's all. I'm not going this year.
that's okay. I understand.
We'll miss you.
I know.
My problem was that my dad almost died while we were there, and I
Yeah.
had to deal with all that stuff. And it was just like 2 weeks of being in ICU, and I had just come home, and Donna texts me and tells me she just tested positive for COVID, and I'm in the ICU.
Yeah, I had COVID too.
And you know what? The nurses there, I said, do I need to leave? Do I need a mask? They were like, yeah, there's masks right there, but they didn't have masks on and they weren't concerned. They told me I didn't have to leave. I was like, I felt terrible, but okay. So I told my dad he can't get sick this year and that they can't die because I can't do this
There
again.
you go.
All righty. So I just have two quick things to say. Victoria, hopefully she'll watch the replay or something, but I needed to give her a shout out because she was the number one in sales for our team. Well, for our team, not me. I'm not included. I'm in that, but I'm not included 100%. So wait a minute, so she's jumping on in 5 minutes. She just texted me. But she had $3,227
Right.
personal sales last month.
That's awesome.
That was
It
awesome.
is awesome.
Yeah. And I also wanted to ask for prayers because Jocelyn Marshall, who is on our team, I just saw on Facebook that I guess she walked in and found her father passed away last night. So asking for prayers for that. So Cassie, do you want to go ahead and go do what you were going to talk about first?
Yeah,
I was
sure.
going to save mine for last because it's going to be the longest, and I want to be able to have Q&A and stuff in there. So
I was just going to touch base on national conference. Donna already said she can't go, but for for Tasha, you might want to go with us. We're really fun. That is in July of every year, and it is an investment in you and your business, but it's well worth it. I think. Yeah, I was going to say, I think the other two will say that. This year, the dates are, if you want to jot it down in case you are, want to know more about it or thinking about it, July 18th through the 20th. We usually go, that's a Thursday through Saturday. We usually go the Wednesday before. Why are you looking like that, Donna?
For some reason, I thought it was the 8th to something.
So now you can go?
No, I'm not going to be healed. I'll just finish my radiation and no.
Oh, we
You
understand.
all took enough
No,
care
we'll
of me last year. I don't need you doing it this year.
I've got enough pictures that you'd shoot me if I posted. Fun times. Anyway, it is in Rosemont, Chicago, and Pampered Chef offers discounted hotels, but closer to the date. So for now, Tara and I have a few reserved already. Probably more expensive what Pampered Chef will offer, but we always have a backup. They do lots of recognition. They do trainings that are broken down by, like, the executives go with the executives, consultants go with consultants, and vice, and so on. So you get very specialized trainings. You can also pick which ones you want to go into. And there's lots of recognition. You're the first one to see all of the new products it'll be fall for the holidays, and you actually get to take some home. So there's a lot of exclusive things going on when you go, and it's a fun time to get away and network and meet some other people. So if you're thinking of that, then we can give you an idea of cost. I always say I plan $1,000. Sometimes it's been more, sometimes it's been less, but consider that you pay a conference fee through Pampered Chef. If you're newer, it's usually like $99. Is that right, Tara?
Something
Do you
like that.
remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, if you've been around longer, it's a little more than that. And then if you split a hotel with another consultant or something, then that cuts on the cost. Travel, if you have air miles, you can use those. If you're close enough, you can drive. And then food or whatever money you want to spend. But really, it'll just be generally, it's just to get something to eat you need money for. I mean, because they keep us pretty busy, but it's fun busy.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
That's it.
But
So if you have any questions, or Victoria or Tasha, if you're interested in conference or knowing more, then reach out and ask Tara or myself or Donna.
yeah,
I mean, we spent $300 each night for the room.
Mm-hmm.
Plane ticket was three something, and then food and
Mm.
whatever else you get. So 1,000.
yeah.
Depends
And
where you eat. Some people go out to big restaurants, and I think the fact that it was in Chicago, they
Downtown.
they spent a lot of money if restaurants they went to, and I think one, night at a good restaurant is nice, but
I agree. I agree
yeah.
with that.
And this year they moved it back. It's not in downtown anymore. It's in Rosemont, which is right next to O'Hare Airport.
Mhm.
So it's
Cheaper. That area is cheaper.
it's cheaper. It's not as dangerous, like if you're, being in the city and stuff like that. So
Like our little street walking.
can't get lost.
yeah, it's like everywhere you go, it's Pampered Chef people everywhere. So that's quite different. But
Yeah,
there's
and
a
it's
lot.
not something crazy to run into the CEO and take silly pictures with, right?
And Beyonce concert, there probably won't be one out in Rosemont, so
Yeah, probably not.
That's what
We
happened
were
last
dressed
year.
and ready for it.
oh
Yes.
my,
So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and move on because I have a lot to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to bring up, I'm skipping all of the other stuff. You guys have been around. You guys know where to find marketing imagery. You know where all of the specials are. So if you need if you have any questions or you need any help with that, just let me know. But I'm not, no sense in talking about that. So the first up, I'm going to just briefly talk about bookings. We're in our new spring catalog, spring booking season, selling season, and it's kind of like a lot of people get energized. They kind of like get so busy in the fall, everybody's buying stuff, and then everybody kind of like goes into their like hibernation mode, and then people are starting to come back out now. So Cassie and I are putting together a little booking blitz challenge for our teams. And I'll be sharing something tomorrow on the team page, but briefly what we're going to be doing is we're going to be encouraging you guys to reach out and start to get bookings. We're going to have two winners, one for Cassie's team and one for our team. So the person that gets the most bookings with a minimum of two, you have to have two. This is to have the people say, well, I'm going to host my own party, and then you flop and, so if we get two bookings, we're the winner from each team is going to get a new spring product from both of us. Well, I'm giving one for our team.
Same.
Yeah. So, one thing I was going to suggest was if you haven't already reached out to anybody that's on your list, anybody that says, check back with me in the spring. A lot of times people do that, even in your parties. They say, oh no, I'm not ready to host one. Check back with me in a couple months. Now is a good time to reach back out to them. And what was that? Let me see. I'm trying something new here. So also, anybody like through your notes, through your parties, if you have somebody that had a bunch of higher priced items on their wish list, reach back out to those because, okay, thanks, Cassie. I'm like,
Oh, go ahead. I was
Tasha,
just
I'll tell
replying
you,
to her.
I have terrible ADHD, so I get sidetracked very easily. So, squirrel.
Is that what it is?
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
both of us, and you got to experience us at once.
Okay, now we all have it. Okay, go on.
Yep.
Tara.
That's right. It's contagious.
okay. So, I have to look at my notes and see what I was going to say. Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
Booking
So about the booking blitz.
wish list.
You guys know how to get bookings. You guys know, Tasha, I'm not sure if, because she was on Jenny's team, so I'm not sure if how Jenny shared it. If did she use boards? Are you familiar with boards? No. Okay. So there is an app or a website. It's free if to only have like the one boards. I pay for it because I can add multiple stuff, but I can share the whole team boards with everybody on our team. It has booking words, it has recruiting, images, everything that you could need for your parties is in there. And all you have to do is just copy paste. You click share and it copies it. You go into your parties and you click paste. So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but I can certainly help you and get you connected with that. Just it's like all of these amazing words at your fingertips. So I'd take forever if I went through all of them. So I'm going to move on to the next section, which is I have one last section before I talk about table. So the last section is all right, and I'm going to read my notes, so don't look at me because I'm looking at a different screen. All right. I said, how many of you have your sights set on earning the Cooking Up Magic incentive trip? I know Victoria does. Yes, right. So let me see. For so many people, a trip like that is only a dream. But with Pampered Chef, it can be a reality. I know Victoria is. She's got 2 little boys at home. So it's one of the things that we can earn as a consultants. And whether you're trying to catch up or get ahead on points this month, now is the month to do it. Because if you guys didn't see it yet, for every new consultant that joins your team and qualifies, they join in March, they qualify, they hit their 1250. Instead of 3,000 trip points, you earn 6,000 trip points. So imagine what that would be like if you had, I think I'm looking at the math. Wait a second.
No, that's right. I was just going to say they qualify within 30 days if you aren't,
Right.
Yes.
so they can qualify into April.
Right. So I'm trying to think. I had a math chart that I had. I think it was like 3 consultants or something like that. So that's 12,000, 18,000. Don't ask me to do math, but it was several.
You're a third of the way.
Yeah, it was like most people think that the trip is so far out of reach because of the points. It's not as far out as you think it is. And especially if you focused on recruiting this month and with the $25 kit, it's kind of a no-brainer to be offering it to everybody and anybody. Every single host you have multiple times. It used to be 5 times. Now it's like 6 or 7 or something like that. I can't even remember, but make sure you are offering that to all of your hosts and in your parties. So, I'm jumping onto table here. So let me get onto table. So let me just give you a quick, Donna, you know about me, Victoria knows about me, Tasha does not know a ton about me, but when I first joined Pampered Chef, next month, I'll hit my 12-year anniversary. And thank you, Victoria. So when I joined, there was no Facebook parties, there was no online parties, nothing. It was old-fashioned catalog parties and old-fashioned in-person parties. And you know what we did? We built relationships. We went in person and there wasn't 150 people that are invited like a Facebook party. You might have had 10 people, but guess what? You had 10 quality customers. So I kind of feel like as we've gotten into so much of the online parties, it's so much of a copy and paste world that a lot of people tend to start ignoring things.
Mhm.
And I'm not even reading my stuff. I forget that because now I'm on a roll. So that's where table comes in. I am completely honest. I hate Facebook. I hate the fact that when I was running Facebook parties, I felt like I was glued to the computer. Like I was always on Facebook. My kids would complain to me. My husband would complain. They were like, "Can't you put that down?" And when you're running a lot of parties, you're on there a lot. And then you get sidetracked and if you're like me, you're in the middle of your parties and Cassie starts messaging you and then somebody else, and then you know what I mean? And then you get sidetracked. So I was always on Facebook. So about 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago. I don't even remember. It was December. I was blocked the whole month of December from Facebook. And I said, you know what? I have to learn table. So the last 2 weeks of Christmas, well, I took off for Christmas, of course, but like that last week or so after Christmas, I took the time to learn table. And actually, it was different 2 years ago than it is now. So I did it all table for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, and everything was going great. I wasn't getting the bookings that I wanted. But then everything in the business kind of took a little bit of a nosedive. And it wasn't just table, it was Facebook too. So kind of made my way back to Facebook, slowly rebuilding things. And that's when I started doing cooking parties again. I know I'm talking about table and I'm talking about cooking parties, but Victoria is actually having great success with the cooking parties. I am willing to do them again if I can get people to book them. So when we talk about Facebook, we say, let me back up. When we were doing cooking parties, the old motto was book 8 and you'll do great. Like 8 parties a month, and you would be on track to earn all of the rewards, the trips, and everything. Then when Facebook kicked in, they were like, oh no, you need to double it. So that's in order to stay on track, you need to have at least 16 parties a month. And that's where I feel like when you get that many parties, you don't have enough time to really connect with your host, with your guests. So now we get into table. I had taken, I've still done parties on it, but September 1st, I switched back 100%, and I've been running my parties all on table since then. A couple reasons. I had my hand cut on, I had hand surgery, and I knew all of the time consuming, like coming up with a new template for the fall season. It's very time consuming. And I didn't think I'd have the chance to be able to use my hand. I was like, I can't do all that typing and everything. Table gives us the templates for us. And I knew how to use it, and I knew I had my host coaching and my guest coaching, just kind of needed to tweak it a little bit. But so I went ahead and made the jump. I do not regret it one bit. Since then, I think it was October is when I kicked in and I started doing the Facebook Gateway. And I've seen a lot of people post on this, but they don't really know exactly. They think it's just the Facebook. Wait, I got to turn my heat down. Hold on a second.
It's a hot flash.
No, it's not. No, the heater is on, and I'm like, gosh, it's really hot in here. But a lot of people think that, and I know like with Stacy, with a lot of the other leaders, what they're doing is they're telling everybody to run everything on Facebook and add a table link. Well, you know what that does? Everybody is geared towards Facebook. So you're not going to get the people joining in on table. Why would they? You're giving them everything that they need in Facebook. And so the Facebook Gateway is different. I don't tell my host about Facebook. I don't even bring up the word Facebook until we're already into the party. So Tasha, I run my parties Monday through Friday. I can't do it the split week like some of them do Wednesday to Tuesday, and I can't. It's the ADHD brain. I like it doesn't make sense. So I can't. I got to run it how I run it. But I do the inviting the whole weekend, like the Thursday before. So there's like 3 or 4 days in there for inviting. The party runs for 5 days and then it stays open for 2 extra days just to collect last minute orders, and that's it. So when I'm running the parties, I set everything up on table. And then when the party starts, that's when I introduce the host to the Facebook gateway. And I just tell them, this is how this works. We don't get a lot of interaction on table. So I introduce the Facebook gateway. I think there's 10 or 11 posts that I preload into the party. I don't post stuff daily. I don't post any products. I don't post recipes. Nothing. Yes, Donna?
Are you scheduling the posts through Facebook?
So I am scheduling them through Post My Party.
Okay.
However, I just I finished it at like 6 o'clock tonight, the 7 steps that I'm going to share with everybody. And I have that on there geared towards new consultants or anybody that says, I don't have enough money. I can't afford all these extra charges like posting services and things like that. So it's all for manual copy and paste. You can certainly change things up and make them, even though I still have my host coaching scheduled. I do all that stuff scheduled. There's times when I go in and my host and I are having a conversation. Like I always am trying to bring up something and at least have a conversation with them. But I'm copying and pasting the instructions because I'd get it all confused if I mess that up. I do have that scheduled because I am not the best at remembering. Like every morning, I have to send this host coaching or send that host coaching. You get busy and then you forget, or you mean to send something and then I'll do it later and then you totally forget. And it's like 10 o'clock at night and you're like, darn it, I can't send it to them now. So I do schedule mine, but it's the same. You can use Facebook Scheduler for them, or you can use a posting service. But so what I'm trying to figure out okay, here we are. I wanted to share my screen with you guys. Okay, can you guys see? You can see my notes, right? You can see this where it says
Yes.
table?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see on there, I hate Facebook. I think they're stupid. So, all righty, let me get out of Facebook. So what I wanted to show you guys is this. This is the new 7 steps that I set up for our team. I took out a lot of the extra fluff. If you're only doing table parties, you don't need a Facebook business page. You don't need Post My Party. So I did take that out. You guys have run your own parties. If you guys want to stay on Facebook, go for it. I'm not telling anybody you need to switch. You have to do it this way. But Facebook was out today, and who knows how many more times it's going to do that to us. So if you're only on Facebook, guess what? You get blocked. You get whatever happens to Facebook. They get down. They're blocked, or you're blocked. Then you have no way to run your parties. So I really think it's important, even if you have it as a backup, if you know how to use it, it's going to be very beneficial to you. So you guys all know everything that's in there, but booking your first parties, setting up your first parties. So you guys can see I edited all of these. And some of these are like 5 steps to set up your first parties: setting it up on Consultants Corner, setting it up in Table, and creating the Facebook gateway. But I do have it in here. you set it up before the party, but you don't tell your host about it until during the party. So now I'm going to go, this is where the good stuff is. Okay. So, all righty. So I have everything in here that you
Can
need.
you make that bigger?
Gosh.
If not, I will just redo it tomorrow.
Okay. Let me see.
The font number in the middle where it says 14. Try that.
Oh, how about if I just do that?
Okay, I'm good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I didn't want to change the document because I had them different sizes.
Okay.
So basically this is how everything is geared towards running your parties on Table. If you click on here, it takes you to Table Tips, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you more on that after I'm done. But so I even have my host coaching and the guest coaching pasted into this document. So that way you don't have to keep jumping around. It is also in boards. So in case you forget, you just looking for a word, you can jump in there and get it. But this is the send the text. Basic, a week before the party, you're copying and pasting. Like I said, if you want to edit it and make it sound more like you, then do it. Cassie, don't laugh at me. When a couple years ago, one of the other leaders that came in, she was sharing some of her wording. And she would say, "Hey, girl." And I was like, "I don't talk like that. I could not do that." I'm like, I feel like a complete idiot because that is not me. So I just had to edit everything that she gave us because it didn't come from me. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure that you're comfortable with things.
Right. So it sounds like you copy and pasted it. Sounds like if they were to speak to you, that's how you would sound.
Yeah. So some of the, like I did go through a lot of this, and I've gotten different host coaching things from her host coaching wording. Like some of the stuff was from Stacy when in the original 7 steps, but there's also stuff in here that I started developing from other national executives, other people that have been using Table for a long time. I kind of altered things and mashed it all together and kind of made it work for me. So, this is the tracker, the digital tracker that I've shared with our team. So Tasha, this is, if you want, or if you're looking for a digital tracker to use, you can find it right in here. Create the show on Consultants Corner, create the table link. You should have already done that from the first step, but just in case, some people skip that and then they go, "Oh, I forgot to do that." Basically sending the host coaching again Wednesday. It's all about, and this is like the first recruiting ask. Wednesday message the past host to let them know that so-and-so is having the party. And in here, this gives you the instructions on how to apply the future party pick.
That's a good idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah. So it's super, like I hope I've got it all straightened out between traveling, a funeral, everything else that was going through here. I was just finished it and I sent it to a few people and said, "Can you please review this and make sure I didn't screw something up?" So then on Thursday, the Thursday before the party, that's when I have my host. I say it's time to invite. And I keep it simple. I tell them, here's the party, whatever. Please wait to start inviting until tomorrow when I send you the personal invite message. The reason why I do this is because a lot of times people are getting the messages while they're at work. And sometimes they're like, "Oh no, they don't join until Friday." And then, so if I get them to join Thursday, then I'm not overwhelming them. Here it is. I also have them, I give them an incentive when 25 guests join. That's really just trying to get them to join in. And it says you will have to invite 40 or more on average to get 25. They're going to need to invite a little bit more than that. But on Facebook, when you tell people invite 150 people, Well, you might have 20 that join in, but some parties even have 40 and 50 that join in, but not everybody is participating. You might have 10 at the most that actually respond, and a lot of them just want to play the stupid games. They don't even want to buy. They just want to come in and be the winner of the game. I don't do those anymore. So, and have I mentioned that I hate Facebook? So, this is just an incentive that I have, like I said, for the 25. I offer them a seasoning of their choice. You can make your own incentive. You can make your own images. You can do anything in there that you want. You can change it and say 10 people, just if you're trying to get more people in. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had 25 guests join a table party before, but well, put it out there. And I always tell my host, I try to get them to invite 25 at a time, because when you're texting out, so the host can I tell them to either send text invites, or they can private message through Facebook if their friends and stuff are on there. But it's all individual. It's not just through the invite button where you can click, 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 and go down a whole bunch of people. So it's a little bit more time consuming, but think of it again as if you were inviting somebody to your house. So for the in-person cooking parties, I was always told to have the host invite approximately 40 people. So we're kind of getting back to that. You're picking and choosing, and you're narrowing down your closest 25 friends. Then you're going to your next closest 25 friends. So each time I send them the message, I'm having them invite another 25. And let's see, Friday, I have it in there, but do not share with the host, just so that you have it set up ahead of time, so that Monday morning you're rolling around and you're back at work and you're forgetting about all, Facebook and stuff. And then you realize, oops, I'm supposed to invite my host, and you haven't even set it up yet. So, whoops, for some reason my image got cut off on there. I don't know what it is, but you can just see, I don't need to go through everything. This is the image that I came, so the next day on Friday, this message is going to go to the host. It's basically copying and pasting these words, and I made up my own invite with my picture on there. Having our image out there is so important. I never realized it before. I always felt a little funny putting pictures of myself out there, but it is really important, because your host and your guests they actually see you as a person. So I'm not trying to, push my face down their throats or something, but at least get them to connect a name with a face. Saturday pre-parties, basically this. So now that you've got your host started to invite, you'll get an email that will tell you so and so has joined a table party. So and so has joined a table party. So this is when I go through. I'm gonna jump up here real quick and show you my tracker. So, okay, so this is my host tracker, my host, my guest, my contacts, and my recruiting. So you can see, like Brianna Elkins, I didn't finish this, sorry. Didn't update that one, but you can see on here, where's the other ones? All right, Michelle Riley. So I click on here whether they joined a table, and then whether they joined the Facebook group. So I can tell on here, this woman, Connie, she never joined Facebook. She only joined table. So when she joined, I was able to send her a welcome message. So let me come back over here to the running your parties. This is what I send them. And I just copy and send this: happy you joined, welcome to table. What basically, thanks for joining the party. You'll be hearing from me a few times over the next days, but I will not be a pest. I remind you to come back to the table party, like a Facebook notification, but only one, not 100. And give you a chance to win a free product at the end of the party. And I ask, have you been a Pampered Chef fan for a while, or are you a newbie? So I'm always trying to ask them a question. You know, if most of us have the trainings that we've had, if you ask a question at the very end, you're more likely to get a response. And like I said, start adding the guests to your tracker so you can keep track of them. Send your host coaching, all of this messages. I mean, you guys can read through all of this. You're really just trying to get more people to join in. This is something that I just added in my parties this past week. So I think this is Sunday. Host coaching. Yeah, Sunday. I send anybody that's joined so far, I send them this message and I let them know, the party will officially kick off. Check out how you can earn an extra 10 tickets into the prize drawing. And it says basically, enlarge. I don't know what I'm doing. Enlarge. So I say, go to table, use your host party link to get into table.
Just getting ready to text you.
Oh. Scroll down to section 4, which is this section, and complete the survey. So, oops, I thought I had that tab open. Let me open up.
This is what you're texting them?
Yeah, I'm texting them that. So let me go in here. I'm just going to go into table real quick. And I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. There we go.
I don't see anything.
Does anybody else see anything?
I do.
Okay. All right, I'm in here. So,
That's all. All right, go on. Are you coming out now?
let me go into Sharon's party. Okay, so I did make a welcome video. I am happy to share it with you guys. It is something that will need a lot of tweaking, but I kind of said I need to do it. Put it in there, basically lets people know, hey, this is who I am. This is how the party works. Victoria, can you see it, or is it really small? You look like you're squinting on there.
No, I could see it. I'm
Okay.
just looking on my phone, so it is really
Mhm.
I started
Okay,
all folding laundry. So
got
that's
it.
why I'm on my phone.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure it was okay for you guys to
Know what
see.
I was looking at? You're using the platform YouTube for your
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm trying to figure out what platform I need to use for videos for a table, and I haven't figured that out yet.
So, I use my phone and then I uploaded it to table. I mean, uploaded it to YouTube, because to be able to add a video in here, it needs a video link.
Mhm.
So I can't just upload it from my computer.
Yes, like you could only do it from YouTube or like two other.
The other one is called, oh gosh.
I downloaded one of
Loom.
them, was not successful for me. So
Loom is another one.
yes, Loom, I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. So
Yeah.
to get
I can find out some stuff, but I don't really like YouTube because they censor an awful lot. They've deleted a lot of my just instructional videos and things. They'll take things out. But another one that I've done is I have just uploaded videos to Google Drive. So you can do it.
Were you able to load the Google Drive video into your
Well, I
table?
haven't done it with Table because I don't use any of that stuff for Table. I
Mhm.
use, other than my welcome video, almost everything that I have is all Pampered Chef stuff. It's all the outlines.
Mhm.
So as you guys can see on here in this party, things have changed quite a bit since I did it like a couple years ago. Oh yeah, and this is a different Jenny Young. She's not so I've uploaded, I'll show you guys, but right now if you upload, like for March, if you upload the templates or the outlines that it says to do, this is what you should see. You click on it, it gives you each different things. So section 1 is all of the curated content. Section 2 is the Test Kitchen Live And also, look, see this little arrow? There's also, I'm going to be doing a live cooking demo tomorrow night in my VIP party and in all of my other parties. I'm trying something new, and I didn't want to compete with the Test Kitchen Live, but I'm trying to do just a short 10-minute demo on something. So I'm having all of them join in if they're interested, whatever. So I wish there was a way to actually make that front and center instead of this, but I'm just trying it out. So another thing that you can do in table parties, if you're trying to get people to engage more or pay attention more, is you could offer something like here in the test kitchen, the digital kitchen, virtual kitchen. When you click on, it brings up different, okay. So like, decline, I don't need the tour. Like you can click on this and it'll talk about the coffee drinks. So you can go all around the kitchen, and they've made it a little bit smaller. They used to be like all over the place. Oh, and the cabinets are changed. But there used to be stuff like on the table over here. And oh, I see a bottle of wine over there.
Let's
But
see if we grab that.
yeah, like, okay, I spotted that from a mile away. But you can click on different things. So you could use it like just how I said, the hosts or the guests, they can earn extra tickets by going to this fourth section. You can also do something and have them go and pick out, what did you see in like here or something, make up there. So this is the fourth section down here. So this is what I said, if they go to here, they're going to fill out this little survey. And then I'll get an email saying somebody has filled out the survey or whatever. So I don't have to keep coming back and checking. They automatically send me an email. And I tell them, I'll add like 10 or whatever it was, 10 extra tickets into the drawing. And that's what they can get. So I've done a couple of different ones, but that one is what I'm doing right now. So you can see on the main page, Donna, are you joining in again?
I think what happened when I got that phone call, it knocked me out of Zoom.
Okay.
And I can't get into,
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay.
there we go, finally.
So one of them, I just make sure like you mute one of them, because I don't want it to like echo. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So when you go into to table, this is what you see. You see all of the guests in here. You see the invite button through here. I'm telling you guys, I do not like to use any of these down here. Email is different because it does come from your email. But if you text somebody through here, look, it's going to come up.
Look like spam.
Yeah, it looks like you're invited to a Pampered Chef experience. It doesn't say whose party you're invited to. It doesn't say anything like that. So I do not like that, and invite via messenger. Let's see what this one says. Oh, okay, never mind. So all it does is copy the link basically, and then you have to go into Messenger and share it. I like the more personal messages. So the other part in here is the chit chat section. So this is what I wanted to show. So the chit chat is where you get to share more personal things. I have it scheduled so that there's like 2 posts a day scheduled. That's it. Here's a game. Another, just generic, what's at the top of your wish list. Another
You
game.
can schedule chit chat.
You can schedule chit chat. Yep.
Okay.
And it's it's just started, so there's not more in there. So now let me just go and show you up top. Table tips. This is where you go to find out anything and everything about table. Account setup, party setup, everything in here. And when you scroll down, there's all these little videos. I mean, I've got it in the 7 steps that are my videos, but in here, how to save it, from an iPhone, just in case you're looking how to do it from an Android. table tour. So I don't need to go in and share all of that kind of stuff. Let's see. The last thing is on this screen that I want to talk about is the content manager. So when you first go in here, you're going to see these are the Pampered Chef saved content, PC content. Okay. I can delete this one because I really don't need it anymore. So the February ones I can just delete. Now this is what I'm using, the fresh spring flavors. So I've clicked save to my folders. I've saved this one to my folders and I've saved this one to my folders. So now I'm going to go up here and click on my folders. And when I want to share it, like you can only share 30, I think you have to click edit. There's 30 posts in here, and I think like that's the max that you can do for one outline. And you just click on here and click schedule. And you pick on the party that you want. And you can either click post now or schedule. All of the curated content like this stuff, I schedule that like post now immediately as soon as I'm setting up the party. Because you want the guests when they join to see the same thing. They're not going to miss out. They're going to see everything at the beginning that they would at the end. The only other things are a few things in the chit chat section, but products, recipes, all that stuff are all on that main page. So that's the convenient thing. Table is designed for people who want to just pop in once, do their shopping and be done with it, which is like me. So then you get to, let me go over here real quick. One other thing, if you are looking for another place to go for table, if you click on Explore, this whole section here has everything that you need. All of the webinars for table, a quick start guide. It's here. Don't even worry about Dash. I'm not a fan of Dash either, but don't go there. It gets too confusing. So in here, you're going to get the same stuff that you would in table tips. So remember, explore and table. So the last thing that I was going to show you guys is what the Maryland's. Okay, we'll go to Maryland's. So this is over now, but this is what happened. This is her Facebook gateway. And she did not invite many people. She waited till the last minute, but she still had an almost $500 party. So I'm not going to complain. So as you can see down here, I don't know why that does that, but you can see welcome to Maryland's. This was a video and the curated, like open it up. This is what I post in all of the parties. The same same wording is what I shared in the 7 steps and in boards. So Donna, I keep looking, I keep seeing 2 of you, so I keep laughing on that. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm basically saying, thanks for accepting the invite. Get your free gift. Your free gift is an e-cookbook that gets messaged to them when they join table. That's it. I'm not giving away anything else. I'm not giving away prizes. I'm not giving away anything other than e-cookbooks. So, and I use there's a different link in here. So don't worry about that. That would just be your table party link. So, and this video can be found in marketing imagery, and the sound is off right now, but it basically gives them an idea of what to expect in table. That's posted in the beginning. So then, all right, I'm gonna skip. Wonder why can't I? Oh, I was in the featured, sorry. So you can see this is what I did. I started doing this. This was kind of like the first time I did it. Some people absolutely love the stupid games in Facebook, and that's like all they want to join in for. So that's why I started I'd let people know, table is much easier. You can pop in once, whatever. But I've tagged all these people And I shared in here, earn more tickets by going to the chit chat section and commenting. This was another one that I did, and I was sharing it just in the Facebook group. And 3 people saw it. Not that many people saw it, but how to come back to table, basically about shipping. They get a free gift. The guest offer, this was the different sales. So sometimes, like, I have my generic posts for the Facebook gateway, but if there's a sale or something like that, I'll add something else in, but that's it, one post. And you can see there's not engagement. There's not a lot of stuff in here. The catalog, scrolling through the Tuesday night Test Kitchen Live, the host offer, I have them join my VIP group, say yes to the apron, the outlet, and that is it. So I know I did an awful lot of, I'm trying to figure out how to stop sharing. Oh, it's behind my other thing. Hold on a minute. There we are. Sorry. So I went over an awful lot. Does anybody have any questions? Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling, but
It's all good information, Tara.
okay. It's a lot to take in, and especially a lot if you haven't been using Table
Right.
or if you're not familiar with it.
It's really so much easier than Facebook and a lot less to do. I
Yeah.
mean, it's overwhelming for you explaining it all, but if
It
you do
sounds
do
like it's
it,
a
it's
lot,
easy.
but it's really not. Like I'm doing a lot less because I'm not creating templates.
Right.
I'm not creating anything. Like I'll make reels, I'll make videos, I share them on social media, but I'm not really putting them in my party. There's just too many to put in there, and I just don't do that.
Okay, so if you were to, you would put that in the chit chat, right? Is the chit chat like a feed?
Yes, yes. So there is actually a way in Table that if you want to add something, like I added a section and I just named it consultant favorites.
Mhm.
So you can add and create your own, but it
Like
wasn't,
it's part of the template or something
yeah,
like that.
but it
So when
wasn't
you're
as easy to,
scheduling.
it wasn't as easy to do.
Yeah.
And I only did it once, and I think I just did it at Christmas time, but I haven't done it since. Just because they give us everything that we need. So that's another reason why I decided to, I'm actually in a pilot program for adding, for not videos, but doing the live events.
Mhm.
And getting just short, quick demos and not doing the whole cooking demo like I used to do. I really haven't done anything like that since, well before August. Just because, it's kind of embarrassing when you can't use a garlic press. You can't use it makes it look like my knives are dull, but they're not. It's just the fact that I don't have strength in my hand that I can't really.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, this is kind of a good opportunity, a good push. And if I can get people to join in, like I'm going to share. The hard part is trying to figure out a time that works. You're never going to find a time that works for everybody.
Uh-uh.
So I decided I'm going to share the frother and a couple of those products. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee at 7 o'clock at night, like after I've already eaten dinner and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm not drinking coffee at that time of night. But if I did it first thing in the morning, first of all, they wouldn't want to see me first thing in the morning. And
Girl, put your hair in a turby twist and be in a robe. I'd do it.
do you want to know what these curls
Coffee.
look like when I wake up in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. So, I mean, I'm just saying, so it was easier. And a lot of people, don't have time. Maybe people are getting ready for work in the morning. They don't want to jump on. So I picked 7 o'clock at night. That way I can just make my coffee, and anybody that joins in, it's just through Zoom. I can, hey, Donna, how's it going? Hey, Tasha, how's it going? Hi, Victoria. You know what I mean? Like, they can ask questions. That's a thing that I don't like about Facebook Lives. You can't interact with them, even though somebody can comment or write questions in the comments. You can't really talk back and forth.
Mhm.
So this is what I'm hoping. So if I do this once a week, and I'm trying it out. So I like the next Thursday, I can't always do it on Thursday. And okay, so next question.
Do you run your VIP group out of Table?
Good question. I actually have 2 VIP groups. So I have the one on Table and the one on Facebook. And my one on Facebook, I do post once a day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll post something else like in the evening if something comes in, oh, I found the special, whatever, or Saturday and Sunday. I post in Table at the beginning of the month. Like I share my newsletter thing that I make, and if there's a recipe, I'll put that in, but that basically all goes in the chit chat. So when I do post something new, I in the comment, like underneath, you can tag everybody in the party. I just do the @ symbol and say everyone, and they'll get a notification. They'll get an email saying something is new on Table, and it'll tell them to come back to Table.
Okay, because I lost my Facebook VIP group. So there was some like weird glitch. So I'm just trying to decide like what I want to do now.
I like to have 2. I didn't want to single it out because I have a lot of customers and a lot of people that I meet through table parties that they don't do social media. And so I wanted something to be able to offer to them too. The Facebook one gets a lot more interaction because I've got 900 people in there, and they're a lot of people that I know. A lot of them are local people. And so they'll constantly share stuff or, whatever. So it's kind of fun to do some goofy stuff in there. But I wish the chit chat section was more front and center.
Yeah.
And I think they are working on that. But it's just for now, that's how it is. So
They've added so much since, because I jumped all in with you and was doing Table, and I didn't lose a penny in business. I mean, when I made the switch, and I did go all in, but then at the same time with the thing with Facebook and they still needed to do a lot of upgrading. They've made lots of changes that
yeah,
I'm ready
I
to
mean,
jump back in because it was a time saver.
it's still not like finished product. They
Oh,
were
right.
somebody said it's kind of like the evolution of vehicles, like a bicycle to a motorcycle,
Motorcycle.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and up here, like, yeah, they're still in the bicycle type, phase, because there's still a lot of things that are coming. But as you guys can see, things happen in Facebook a lot, and things that happen beyond our control. And I never want to tell somebody, jump away from Facebook altogether and just go straight Table. I did it because that's what it worked for me, and that at the time it was like the right time for me.
Mhm.
But if you're doing something that's working, great. Keep going, but learn how to do Table too. Even if you do like one party a month on it. But because that way you've got your foot in the door and you have plan B for when,
Do a personal party on it just to get to know it.
yeah. But I've given you in that 7 steps, all of the guests every day. It tells you what message to send to who, guest and host. So hopefully that will help. And
I looked at it. It's a very good document. It's so detailed, Tara. You did
thank you.
so good.
I was like trying, and you know what I mean? Like when you're running your parties and you're really, really, really trying to think of, you run on that like well-oiled machine and you have a good system down.
Mhm.
And sometimes a lot of it's in your head.
Yep.
So I,
Getting it on paper is hard. And
yeah,
when I just thought you were sending me a document so I could look it over, and I was like, holy crap. I mean, I got to click on every link and there's every word. I mean, this is some serious detail that if you want to dig into table, I mean, you don't need to think of a sentence. You did it,
yeah,
you know. So
that was
it's
kind of my goal, was to really give people a place to start, because
Mhm.
it can be overwhelming. And a lot of people that are like stuck in the Facebook group and they love them and they do not want to change, because when they look at a table party and they look at a Facebook party, they say nobody's interacting, nobody's joining. I've only got 10 people that joined my table party. Why isn't it like Facebook? And I'm like, because it isn't Facebook.
Yeah.
Once you make that connection that it is not the same, then you'll be good.
I think the most important thing you said is um, don't talk about Facebook. Don't offer a Facebook link in the beginning, because when we were talking about that just last week, and I already had the Facebook set up, I went back and took an ordering link off, because if that was to become the I want to call it the landing page. You know what I mean? The Facebook. What are we calling it?
A gateway.
Yes, thank you. I think it is better offering it later, because the way I did it, because I'm making the transition. So I'm like, heck, I'm going to do it in these parties. Is I removed all of the order links and put the table link. So to me, I still had a bunch of people join actually. And I was kind of surprised, because they joined Facebook. Then I'm turning around and asking them to join something else. So that is totally why other people that are training it that way, they need to listen to Tara, because you need to offer them only the table link, because if you offer them the table link, the order link's right there. The whole party's right there. That's
Oh,
all you need. And then it's like you said, when you offer 4 days in, the Facebook, that can be for, people that are just want Facebook, or for bookings.
yeah. So real quick, I'm almost done. I just thought of something else. So let me show you this real quick. So when you set up, I'm just gonna create a Facebook, whatever, test, whatever. You share your shopping link, your party message, the order by, you can put, whatever, and then your video link. So that video I made, wait, do you see, what do you see?
I see you.
Now,
Okay, create a new party.
okay, sorry. Yeah, so the video link, I share that YouTube video link in there. So next, so what we're gonna do is in here, no, why didn't it do it? Did I screw that up?
Where does it show up? Because I haven't created a video yet, and I wondered if you add that link there, where does the video? Is it like a hyperlink that they have to click
Now,
on to watch it, or is like a picture
right there,
show?
right
Oh,
there.
okay.
So, okay, so I don't know what I did wrong, but when you click up here onto the settings, okay, I'm sorry, I totally missed that. I didn't scroll up. So I have it on here, but this is what I wanted to show you. So when you create a table party, see this button right here?
Mm-hmm.
It says show shop all products button on the join table screen. So if you're doing Facebook parties and you're only using the table as the shopping link, then you're going to want to click that. Me, no, I want them to actually come into table. So I manually uncheck all.
Okay, so what does it do if you click it?
If I click it, so when I send somebody a link and somebody joins the party, or when I send them the invite and they click the invite button, it's gonna come up and it's gonna say, go to table.
Or shop
Shop.
now.
So now they no
Oh,
longer get that shop right from the beginning.
gotcha.
Actually have to go into table and then they shop. And when they go into table, guess what? I get their phone number, or
To
most
text
of the time, almost all of them put their phone number. If other people just want to shop, I mean, you can get it that way too, but you're getting, you're getting it ahead of time if they don't shop.
Okay.
So
I've been
that's kind of the goal. Victoria, what were you going to say?
I've been thinking about what my question is, and now I think I figured it out.
You what?
How do you get people who were on Facebook parties that all they know is Facebook parties to be like, but you don't have to have a Facebook party. Like when you're reaching out on Messenger and saying, like to book a party. Like
Well,
I'm also done with Facebook. I'm trying to just do, well, in-person parties, but it's like I'm kind of, I don't know. I have no in-person party scheduled for right now. So it's like tricky because it's like people want it and I'm really successful at it, but it's like also we're getting to try to be like people need to start, I don't know, it's hard for them to still like break the, I guess, like having people over and I don't know.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
don't offer Facebook. Just don't
Yeah,
even have a
so
conversation
But
about
like,
it. Say here's the link.
how do you say to a person like have a table party like
I
on
don't.
Messenger? Like they don't
I
even know
don't
what the
say
heck
have
you're
a
talking
table
about.
party. I just
What do you
ask them
say?
if they want to host a party. I say online party.
Yep.
I don't mention table. I don't mention Facebook.
Just online party.
Yeah, that's what I
And
do.
then in there, I guess it's just up to them to be like, oh, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I
so
feel like in their head they have like, I went on a Facebook party with her. I know what that's like and I don't like it.
I'll say it.
I don't ask. So in the wording that I put in there in the 7 steps, like the first week, that first reach out, the Monday before, it's a confirmation with them. And I let them know this is how we're going to be running the party. And nobody ever says, no, I don't want to do this. I think out of all of the table parties that I've done, I might have had 3 say, well, I don't really, I want to do it on Facebook. And that's when I come back and I tell them, well, we don't want to exclude any of your friends that aren't on Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and start here. And that way your friends that don't have Facebook or don't have social media can join in. And I also remind them, because you know what, even though you might have all of your friends, supposedly all of your friends that are on Facebook, they might not be on Facebook every day, all day, and they might miss an awful lot. So this way they can pop in through table, they can, see everything, they can do their shopping, and you get their information, you can text them. And I have much more luck texting than I do Facebook messages. And that way it's a little bit more personal and I can say, hey, this is Tara, this is whatever. And that's how I do it. But I don't ever bring up the difference. Like I don't ever say it's gonna be on table or it's gonna be on Facebook. It was never a thing before. When you were most of the time when you're booking parties, you just said, would you like to upgrade your prize and by hosting your own party?
Mm-hmm. Thank
So
you.
I think it's a lot of people think too much into it. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's just what happens.
It's like interesting. I'm trying to get someone to book like I'm trying to book from an in-person party, but I feel like some people might not be comfortable hosting an in-person party, but she's like on the fence about hosting a party. And I'm like, I feel like I'm still struggling with
Well,
that.
what, if they're like that, I would ask them, what's holding you back?
Yeah.
Because it might be she doesn't want to clean her house. She doesn't, da 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 da. Well, if that's the case, and she really doesn't want to do an in-person party, then offer an online party. And,
Mhm.
you know, I would definitely offer the table because that's what I'm doing. It's the thing that I liked about it was every month or every 2 months or 3 months, I don't have to come up with a whole new outline for my parties. I don't have to
Fresh.
post 10 times a day for the net for 5 days. That was the thing that was like, oh my gosh, I felt like, you know, even if you schedule everything, that's an awful lot of posts that you're scheduling. And I can set up my table party and I can have everything set up for the table party, including the Facebook gateway, in like 10 minutes.
Plus, you can set up 10 parties at one time. Schedule
Yeah.
them.
I agree that like I'm done with Facebook. Like after doing a lot of in-person parties one after another, I'm like, I can't go back to Facebook, but I also don't have any in-person parties. So I need to go back to online parties. Like I need bookings because I don't have any parties.
Sounds like it's a time to try it.
Yeah.
Your
I've been
jam is in person.
table. I've been doing table with everything. Like I'm like all in on table. I've been using table. I think that Tara, you said something about like unclicking the like shop now at the beginning. I think that may have to be my key because I create these table parties and I get people that buy and stuff, and